Good evening, I'm Shelby Williams with Plano City Council, Place 5, and it's time for the November 25th City Council meeting recap. First, I apologize, I was remiss. I did not get the agenda items out in advance. I dropped the ball on that, and I will do better in the future. Now, this is the last council meeting before Thanksgiving, so I want to give thanks for the meaning of Thanksgiving itself. Thanksgiving was established as we commemorate Thanksgiving because of the right to self-determination, to worship as we see fit, and the right to self-governance. Please look up the true story of Thanksgiving. I won't relate it right now, but I will touch on it later in the week. And I want to say I'm thankful for my family, my wife Maria, my little girls Valerie, Olivia, and Catherine, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to serve everybody in Plano. At tonight's preliminary open meeting, we first appointed Doug Shockey as the chair of the Ad Hoc Committee for the Comprehensive Plan Review. Congratulations, Doug. We also had a review of building inspections. We also discussed how we as council, who are charged with oversight of 3 specific roles, the district court judge, city attorney, and city manager, can apply objective review metrics for each of those roles. It was focused on the district court, but we decided that we did need to discuss in the future how we can objectively provide, good night, Rick, we can objectively provide oversight for all 3 roles. So that will come back to us in a future meeting. Then we moved on to the regular meeting. First, the several members of the Ad Hoc Committee took their oaths of office, so congratulations to all of you. The Parks and Recreation Department received accreditation for the next 5 years, so congratulations to the Parks Department, Robin Reeves, and all the city staff in the Parks Department. The Plano Neighborhood Services Department received the 2019 Code Enforcement Department of the Year, so very well done. Next, we moved on to something that is very dear to my heart, and that is the tax abatement policy. Now, this gets reviewed every couple of years, and this is the policy whereby the city council can grant a tax abatement for development or improvements made on property. Now, it makes sense because if somebody builds a building, a headquarters or just a regional office, or redevelops an area like Cullen Creek Mall, they're investing a small fortune in that project, and their taxes are going to go through the roof, even if they don't necessitate much or any increase in the cost of city services. But they're going to pay through the nose for that. And so the city council has this mechanism for tax abatements whereby we review not hitting them full force with the tax increase that would be levied on them by the increase in the value of their property. However, what I brought up, and I pulled this out of the consent agenda to discuss, what I want to explore is the opportunity for anybody and everybody to take advantage of that. Right now, we have a disincentive to improve your property. If you are a resident and you just have a home and you put on a new roof, or you build a pool or a guest house, a backyard cottage, whatever, you're going to get hit with additional taxes for that, even if it doesn't cost the city an extra dime. And it doesn't make sense. So there is a disincentive to improve your property. And if we want to keep up the standard of living and the quality of our entire city, we need to be providing incentives, not disincentives. So I would like to see a mechanism whereby we can, if not reward, at least not penalize people for improving their property. So we agreed that we would revisit this discussion, and we would explore areas for businesses and residents alike to reap that benefit and reap that reward. Next, we looked at the park fee map updates and some languages to the language updates to the ordinance. If you recall, back in June, we adopted a new park fee map or park fee ordinance, an update to the pricing, basically. But the park fee map, when it was originally created, excluded several areas in Plano. We have since had residential development on those, and the park fee is, as a refresher, is simply the fee charged per unit of residential development to cover essentially what is a neighborhood park, which makes sense. You want to, as much as possible, localize the cost of services to the residents that are or businesses that are going to take advantage of that. However, certain areas of the city were exempt from that because it was felt that they would never be developed for residential use. However, some were. So the park fee map was updated to cover every square inch of the city, so that nobody would be included. And tonight we affirmed that, and we provided a few language updates to clarify. Lastly, we extended the franchise agreement for an additional 5 years to CoServe Electric, which serves about 8% of the city's electricity need. This was a fairly non-contentious council meeting. We didn't have any huge items on the agenda, but keep an eye on the tax abatement coming forward. And of course, with the appointment of the ad hoc committee, this is crucially important to the future of our city. So I look forward to the collaborative work that the ad hoc committee engages in. We should have a kickoff session for them soon. And be sure to keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned for what happens in Plano, because we're doing big things. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and God bless. Good night.